Welcome everybody on this cold day in Elmhurst, Illinois. I'm at River Forest Country Club. As you can see, really, from my beginning shot there, no leaves on the trees. It's about 40 degrees out, but I gotta get one out to you before the end of the year about strokes gained around the green. So welcome to Mark It Down. We've been talking the last few weeks about using strokes gained to help you on the greens. Well, now what if you miss a green? We're gonna talk about shots around the greens, whether it's in the bunker, the rough, fairway shots, those things around the greens. So let me remind you what strokes gained is in terms of the equation. You gotta remember, strokes gained equals the average from where your ball is at the moment, minus the shot you hit, minus the average at the new spot. Now let's talk about PGA Tour players, for instance. When we talk about those averages, I've got different charts for you for both PGA Tour players and for zero handicaps. But let's talk about one specific thing. A 20-yard pitch from the fairway. Average for a PGA Tour player from there, 2.37 strokes to get it in the hole. Okay? I think we all know that, let's say I pitch it from 20 yards to 3 feet versus, say, 9 feet. I made both of those putts. Well, those are both up and downs. But the first example, when I hit to 3 feet, I did most of the work by the pitch shot. Whereas in the second example, I did an okay pitch shot, I hit to 9 feet, but I did most of the work on the putt. And so you see there the different calculations. You'd gain strokes on the first one, you'd lose strokes on the second example. So I've got a couple different games for you. First one is a scrambling game. It's a game I learned from Dr. Greg Rose. He's at TPI. He calls it 21, and it really goes off that premise that if you get 2 out of 3 up and down, that's really good. If you look at the PGA Tour statistics from last season, Daniel Berger did it the best, and he averaged 67% scrambling. Now that stat's a little bit different because it really what scrambling is on the PGA Tour, that stat is if you miss a green and you make par or better. So a guy could actually on a par 5 hit up there close in 2, flub the first chip, get the next one up and down, that's a par. That's still a positive in terms of the scrambling stat, but for the most part, it's getting it up and down. And they also look at the tour average is 59%, so not that much difference. So that first game that Dr. Greg Rose taught me was really, you've got 9 golf balls, and you put them different spots around the green, vary it up. Might be a 15-yard pitch from the fairway, maybe a 20-yard bunker shot, a 10-yard flop shot from the rough. You go ahead and you do 9 of those. You got to hit the shot, and then you go up and putt it, okay? If you get all of those up and down, think about it, you get 18 strokes. But if you fail on 3, that's 21 total when you add up for the game. That would be really good. I used to do it on tour when I play a practice round. I'd throw an extra golf ball down every other hole or so, an 18-hole round. I'd get myself a 21 game into my practice round. The limitations to that one, though, is the fact that you need a green that's vacant, kind of like this one. You know, it's 40 degrees in Chicago. You're going to get a vacant green because you got to be able to go putt there or a little spot where it is. And you're not also then really controlling the variable. You're talking about pitch shots and putts. Still a fantastic drill. So that's the scrambling one. Then the second one, we're going to go ahead and control that variable a little bit more and talk really just about the shots around the green. So let me go through the strokes gained around the green drill. For this second game, what I like to do is hit 9 shots from around the greens. It doesn't have to be 9. It could be 5. It could be 15, whatever you feel like doing. But 9's a magic number in golf, isn't it? It's so easy to multiply by 9 or 18 as a golfer. How many holes we're going to play, right? Use the handy equation for strokes gained. The charts I have here, the average for the PGA Tour Pro around the green. Earlier in the video, I had the zero handicap as well, or use the GolfMetrics app. I certainly like to vary it up. I like to hit 3 from the rough, 3 from the fairway, 3 from a greenside bunker, and different distances as well. Trying to simulate the golf course best I can. And the cool thing about this is you can have a congested green with a lot of different golfers, a lot of different golf balls, because all you're focusing on is the finish distance, how far away it is from the hole. You're not going to putt them in at all. Certainly vary up the targets too. I moved the pin there for this video, but normally you're going to have a few extra on a chipping green. Go from one to another. So you're certainly not getting a feel necessarily for a particular hole
Once again, simulating the golf course best you can. You're going to get a total score then when you add all of them up, and you kind of really get a feel then how is your short game when you're kind of eliminating the putt part of it. Here's my strokes gained for this particular instance, just under a 1, so I've been pretty happy about my short game for this one. Now we're going to control the variable even more. We're not going to hit all kinds of different shots. We're going to hit one particular shot around the green. So this one I chose to hit a 10-yard bunker shot. I'm going to hit 9 of them. And you see the numbers in the top left kind of spitting out my strokes gained for each shot, of course, using that same equation. Now my shots aren't exactly 10 yards. They're between 8 and 12. Put some on the upslope, put some on the downslope. And you're going to hopefully get a bunch of balls around there. So you might have to estimate how far some of them end up because they might ricochet off another golf ball. But I really like this one when you're trying to narrow in to see how you're doing with a particular shot around the green. And I wanted to have 9 golf balls for you, but when I was going through my bag, when I was filming, I only had 8. But thankfully, I had a rotten orange at the bottom of my bag and thought, hey, might as well go ahead and try this. I had no idea how this was going to come out, and I will say it came out a whole lot better than I thought. So you got a couple charts there for you. There's the strokes gained around the green from the different positions for a pro, and then here's for the 0 handicap. Blue means positive, red means negative. So you kind of see that break-even point for those different shots. So enjoy that game as well.
So there you go. There's a couple different ways for you to work on your short game and really try to understand where you're at. Are you pitching it good? How's your bunker game? So enjoy it. I know it'll shave some strokes off your game if you work at it this way. Mark it down. Strokes gained around the green game or the 21 game will really help you dissect your short game. Enjoy your time in the laboratory, and I'll see you next time.